Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for a long time, no time KARNOVS Revenge Fighters History video. Remember, if you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. Today, I'm going to do a couple of realistic ways to instantly kill off of Mizoguchi's Big Blue DP by aiming your dizzy spots. And I've always said KARNOVS Revenge is actually kind of an interesting game that you can actually aim dizzy spots, you know. And I know that I'm basically the only person that ever kind of showed it was possible, seemingly, when I was playing the game. To this day, I've still never seen anyone else actually do it, but I want to show a couple ways to do it with the Big Blue DP because it kind of shows how potentially interesting the game is, right? So let's look at right here. I want to show a safe jump off of Gene, right? So say if we're to jump at the guy, right? We're going to jump, and Gene is one of the few characters that you can actually kind of safe jump in the game. Now, you might think, how can I do the most damage I want to do to kill Gene off of this? Well, you might think, first of all, and I want you to pay attention to remember, if there's a red spark, it means it hits you with the dizzy, right? And it's basically 3 hits to dizzy the guy, right? So let's say we go for hurricane kick loop. Blah, 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 blah. 1 hit right there. I mean, that's big damage. I mean, that's pretty huge damage, but guess what? We only hit 1 hit of the dizzy spot. What if we switch up the hurricane kick loop? 1 hit of the dizzy already. We hit 2 hits of a dizzy spot right there. A little less damage, but we hit 2 hits of a dizzy spot. But what if I could tell you, what if I told you, you could actually just fucking kill the guy outright? You've instantly won the match. That is an example of one of the an actual use, and I've showed this in real matches before too. This is an actual use of the Big Blue DP. And this would hit him standing too. Like, he cannot jiggy out of this. Safe jump that, boom, to a Big Blue DP. Now, stand hard kick to Big Blue DP can be a little bit iffy depending on exactly where you jumped on him. So for what it's worth though, just 1 hit right there, even though that stand hard kick will not actually hit the dizzy spot from that distance, Gene is still big enough that you'll hit 2 hits of the blue DP. So there you go. That would instantly kill him. And then if you, after you're dizzy, you know, you do his huge humongo combo, video combo, blah, 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 blah. You've instantly won. So there's a actual interesting example, and I'm going to show another one after this, of actually aiming for dizzy spots. And it shows a complexity that is in KARNOVS Revenge that is actually not in other games. And I'm going to show you just how complex this can potentially be. Let's look at another example here. Ray does wheel kick, right? Now you might normally think to punish, right? And admittedly, this is a bit harder to do, right? For sure. This is a pretty safe option, right? One, duck little kick, stand little kick for a dizzy spot. And then depending on where you hit him, that can actually do 2 hits of a dizzy, but we got 1 hit there, right? So that's a pretty safe option. And depending on where you wheel kick, punish right there, it's pretty easy to, you know, adjust yourself, right? Well, let's say, how would we want to do this? And this is why I'm going to show you how potentially complicated this game is, right? Let's say right here, boom, wheel kick, boom. 1 hit of the dizzy spot right there with the stand hard kick. So if you don't know, even though when Ray jiggies down right after a wheel kick, it still gives you a dizzy spot right there. So 1 hit right there, boom, 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 boom. We dizzied him. Here's where the complexity comes in. You're like, okay, well, he's dizzy, right? Well, you got to remember, some characters in this game can jiggy a little bit more realistically to finagle out of combos. And Ray is one of those examples. So Ray, normally you want to duck because it protects his dizzy spot better. But we showed a combo here where Ray, if he just holds down, it's going to dizzy him. So example right here, boom, hit the dizzy spot, boom, 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 boom. Ray knows this. Now to get out of the combo, even though normally if you stand up, it will always hit the dizzy spot right there. It doesn't work like that in this game when you're like standing up like that from the hit. So you stand up right there, you move your dizzy spot right there. You see how it didn't hit his dizzy spot? Boom. And now only that spot hit his dizzy spot. Do you see that? Even though normally that would dizzy you if you were just to duck, Ray now jiggied up, which normally you think about you jiggy down. But Ray is a character that can actually realistically jiggy up and down to move his dizzy spot during a combo. So you're like, okay, well, fuck this bullshit, right? Let's say if we do a big combo right here. So Ray's standing, but now since Ray is standing, we can actually hurricane kick loop, because if you have actually played the game, you know that Ray and Lee and Clown specifically are a few of the characters that they can jiggy just by holding down out of the hurricane kick loop a little bit easier than others. And another caveat of this would be, to be honest, it is pretty fickle to do a duck little kick to stand hard kick. It takes tighter timing than it does to do a fierce, honestly. But for sake of argument, looking at this combo, you're like, okay, well, he stood up. Well, fuck, now I'm just going to do a full fucking hurricane kick loop. But guess what? Even as much damage as that did, it did a buttload of damage. It only did 2 hits of a dizzy spot, right? So if we're to look at this right here, well, what if we just did big blue DP? And guess what? He's instantly dead, because that did 3 hits of his dizzy spot. Now, I know I'm like in this training mode thing and his dizzy spot is already off. But do you see? And that will hit him standing too. Because Mizoguchi's blue DP, when I've talked about, it's serendipitously one of the most interesting moves in like ever fighting games, right? It like perfectly aims for hard to hit dizzy spots for some reason. But, excuse me, the caveat of it is, as you can see, the last hit of it is duckable by like 90% of the cast. So it's like you either hit it or you don't, basically, kind of move, right? But again, Ray is one of those characters, even if he ducks to get out of it, it still will hit 2 hits of a dizzy spot. So let's watch that again, right? You might think this combo is better, but guess what? If we were just to do this, we've automatically won the match. Then we can do the big combo, right? So again, looking at this right here, you might think, wow, this is doing so much damage, right? Man, 150 damage. But guess what? He's technically still alive, right? Whereas if we were to just do this, boom, he's dizzy. Then we do the automatic kill dizzy combo and we've won the match. You see what I'm talking about? So anyway, this video hopefully shows you a potential complexity in KARNOVS Revenge that I've always said KARNOVS Revenge is a game that is kind of scrub-a-dubby on one level and kind of deceptively skillful on another level. And again, I know that I've never seen anyone, again, even when I played the game years and years ago, you know, I had never seen anyone even go for Mizoguchi loop combos unless the guy was dizzy. Like, and I was doing them off random hits. And to this day, I've never seen anyone ever aim dizzy spots like I showed as possible. But the aiming dizzy spots is one of the ways that it actually kind of shows how potentially complex the game is. And hopefully I've also showed that although it's very obscure and random, you could see if this game ever had an update and was actually fleshed out. I mean, look at the Ray example. Ray is jigging, moving his dizzy spots back and forth between a combo to keep himself from being dizzy. Now, technically, of course, you can just do big blue DP, right? But which also goes to show how interesting of a move the big blue DP is as well. But yeah. Anyway, remember, if you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks again. I'm not on camera today because I'm naked, so we have the lewd butthole cat of peace. I need to get every butthole cat from Japan. Unfortunately, I only have a couple butthole cats, but I want to get there's one of the butthole. I want to get like a calico butthole cat from Japan, but I just have never got that one in the game yet. But anyway, the end.